opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there. Hello there, family. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Happy MLK Day. I practiced that about 5 times, family. I promise you I did. I promised. Happy MLK Day to you and to yours as we celebrate the life and the legacy of the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm still excited about it. I really am. I get excited every year on this day. I do. So are you enjoying your day? I hope that you are. Did you do anything special? Anything of service today? Actually, how did you spend your day? How about that? How about that? Whatever you did, I hope that you're still having a wonderful day, and I hope that you're having a great day on purpose. How about that? How about that? Oh, you hear my fur child. She's decided to join the conversation as she gets a toy now while I'm talking with you. Okay. She did not have a toy all day, but now while I'm talking with you. Well, family, all right. How about those Eagles tonight? Let's go, Eagles. I anticipate a win tonight. Yes, I do. I'm feeling good about that. And I cannot wait to discuss what's taken place in the world, the wonderful world of sports tomorrow night. Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait when we talk with our very own Chris Murray. I want to express my gratitude to every single one of you that came to the show over the weekend, even if you wanted to come. I'm grateful to you. I'm so grateful to you. So grateful to you. We had so much fun. I just want to express my gratitude to the Will Downing crew as well, because I always have a great time when I'm with the WD crew. He was in rare form as usual. Okay. You know he was. He's a mess. He's a mess, a whole comedian. But just family, thank you. Thank you for all the love. I mean that with every fiber of my being. Okay. Happy birthday to all of our love bugs that are celebrating, especially if you are celebrating on today. Okay. If your birthday is today, happy birthday. So, family, you know what I like to do as we get things underway. If you are joining us on social media, let us know. Share a comment, or if you, or you know, you can even give us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634 8065. You can even call us toll free. And you can do that by dialing 1-866-361-0900. Share some love with us. You know, Nick and I love the love that you share, and we don't care how you share it. We don't care. We're just grateful for the love, okay? And to our family members whose hearts are just a little heavy today, I'm sending you all the extra love and hugs that you can handle. You hear me? That's coming from your entire tribe and village, just so that you know that you are not alone. You are never alone, but just know that we've got you. We've got your back. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You are not alone. I want to make you aware that Nasir, Brother Nasir, is checking in and he's sharing peace and blessings and happy MLK Day wishes to everybody. So is Harry. So is Harry. Harry said, I hookied from work. Well, good for you. Good for you. And he also shares Go Birds. Yes, Nasir does as well. Harry Wims is checking in. Good evening. Good evening. Nasir, I want your life. Look at this. He went to see the Temptations play on Saturday. I love it. And look at this. Khalil Rashid, hi there, is sending love, peace, and happy MLK Day wishes to everybody. Malcolm, there it is. You know, I was waiting. He shares that he's watching and listening from West Mount Airy. Good evening to you as well. And there's my boo, Chip. Chip is joining us and sending love. Malcolm says, yes, happy MLK Day and let's go birds. I know, right? I know. Hey there, Leslie. Don't think that I did not see you too. Hi there. Thank you so much for sharing love. So, family, I have one reminder to share with you. And this reminder is about the Cafe Mocha Show. That's right. Tune in to Cafe Mocha every Sunday from 8 until 10 p.m. Cafe Mocha is radio from a woman's perspective. Check out the flavor from the hosts, comedian and actress Lonnie Love, hip hop legend Yo Yo, and broadcast veteran Angelique Perrin, as they all bring their own point of view to today's issues, social commentary, celebrity interviews, and self help advice. All of this wrapped in soundtracks of urban contemporary music. Family, that's Cafe Mocha. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on Word Progressive Black Talk Media. All right, let's get started. I want to introduce you to an extraordinary individual. Yes, I do. Her name is Dr. Kathleen E. Walls, and she is the owner and founder of the greatest counseling and consulting. And it's spelled out. I love it. I can't wait to talk about that. I can't wait to talk about that. She's a clinician, a leadership coach, educator, facilitator, and also a public speaker. There's so much that I want to share with you about her, but you know, the hour goes by so quickly. So, what I'm going to do is just invite you to the conversation so we can talk about it. You don't just have to hear me tell you. Family, I invite you to the conversation with Dr. Kathleen Walls. Hello there, beautiful.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing this evening, Carol?
I will not complain. I will not. I was, though, earlier, wasn't I? Family, I had listen. Well, I was just sharing. I was venting.
Exactly.
I was
You would
sharing.
not complain. Look, and let me say this. I know a lot of times people will say that they don't complain, but complaining is just expressing your dissatisfaction. And so complaining is very important because once you're clear on what you're dissatisfied with, then we can make the necessary adjustments to become satisfied.
How about you know what? Oh, God bless you for that. Thank you for
Mhm.
that.
You're
I was
welcome.
here. I couldn't get my little background together, y'all. I wanted to be special today. I wanted to really have a visual celebration in honor
Hmm.
of Dr. King, and I was sharing Dr. Walls. It won't work. It won't work. And then she said, "Relax."
Hmm.
Basically, just like that too.
Hmm.
Relax, relax. And I did. And look, it worked.
Boom. There you go.
There it is. There it is.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Hey.
So, Dr. Walls, I was sharing with our family members that the hour goes by so quickly, and I really
Hmm.
want them, I want our family members to know as much about you as
Yes.
we can possibly share. So, would
Okay.
you first begin with telling us just a little about you, from where you come and all that good stuff?
Sure. All right. Well, I am born and raised in Philadelphia, uptown, as they say, in the Germantown area slash Mount Airy. So I'm from that side of town. I am the daughter of Dr. Orville R. Walls, who was one of the first three Black veterinarians in the state of Pennsylvania,
Wow.
and Yvette Walls, who was with adult literacy for over 25 years. So education runs very, very deep in my family. Seeing how we're coming up on Black History Month, but you know, every day is Black History.
Mm,
My family, Ashmoon Institute, which we all now know as Lincoln University, was actually built on what was Walls land. They bought the land from the Walls family.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Walls. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see.
I had to come out swinging. Look, I'm an athlete. We're gonna hit home runs from jump. I'm going with 3-pointers and half court shots. Come on.
I didn't think this was a game. This is the Olympics. Okay, what? I love it. I love. She said, "Okay, let me just share this with you." Okay. Did you notice that, family? You see how effortlessly it rolled off her tongue. I love it. She said, "Yeah, supposed to. This is my legacy."
That's right.
That's
That's right.
right.
I'm
That's
here to
right.
represent. That's
Okay.
right.
Oh, that.
So
Oh my.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, just your parents alone.
Hmm.
Just. How about
Yeah.
that? Just so
Yeah.
much. So much. But it's a beautiful, beautiful legacy.
It is. It is. And my grandfather, he was an MD as well. And so now, if we take that all the way back to 1929, I believe it was somewhere between 1929 and 1934, he graduated from Meharry as a doctor, as an MD. He grew up out in Chester County, so most people of a certain age were delivered by him and or taken care of by him. My father grew up in Kennett Square, so there's a history of free blacks in that part of the state that a lot of times goes unspoken. But it's a very rich history in that part.
I had no idea.
Hmm.
I had no, and I love that area. Love
Hmm.
that area. I love the way it feels.
Yep.
There's so much about that area that I love.
Hmm.
And I had no
Hmm.
idea. Look at that. It's probably because I'm
Yeah.
walking around your family members.
See, probably so. And anytime somebody goes to Lincoln University, the small church right there at the entrance, Hosanna Church, that's my family church. And so if you walk, you'll see a whole bunch of walls is there. So those my people.
I have to agree with our family members who are commenting Black
Yes,
excellence. Do you
yes.
you hear me, Chip? Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
Black excellence. And William, hi there. Thank you for joining us. Shares.
Hey.
That was new news. I didn't know
Mhm.
that. Okay, you are sharing stuff here. And Dr. Nia Imani, hi, boo. That's one of our love
Hey.
bugs too. She
Hmm.
says, yes, Dr. Walls is carrying the torch, as you are.
Hmm.
You know, but look, all of our family members saying amazing legacy.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Leslie. I'm in agreement, Leslie
Thank
Young,
you.
that is. So, Dr. Walls, there's so
Yes.
much I was sharing, or I started sharing with our family members that I want to share about you today.
Hmm.
What I did not read is that you're also an author.
Yes.
I
Yes.
want to start there. Let's start there because I want to break everything down. Yes, I want to. Oh, look at this. Okay, family. For those of you who cannot see, who are just or simply listening, Dr. Walls, please tell us about this whole library of
Yeah.
books that you just showed us. Okay.
My baby. So I'll go in order. So first comes the greatest soul journey. And the greatest, there's that word again.
Mhm.
So the greatest stands for God restores excellence, activates talents, encourages spiritual transformation.
Mm. I need to write that down and paint it on my
Go
wall.
ahead. I made a song about it. No, look, you can I
Wait,
need you to sing my song. How about that?
Okay, let's talk about that. No, that needs to happen. That needs to happen. Wait, God restore. Wait, okay, I'm gonna break
All
that down.
right.
Okay, so that
God,
was okay.
you
God
want it?
restores. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
God restores excellence, activates talents too, encourages spiritual transformation in you.
Oh,
So there.
oh my goodness, family, did y'all hear? Oh.
So
And I wrote it all. I got it
you
all.
got
Okay.
it? You
Yes,
got it?
ma'am.
Okay.
Mm.
So it's a workbook style journal, which takes you through each of those letters. I give you a little food for thought. And then I ask you a series of questions because, right, our relationship with God, whatever we call God, guides us. And we
Mhm.
have to be clear on what that relationship is because it impacts our relationships, it impacts the work that we do, it impacts the way that we move in life. And so the clearer we are in that, then the
Mm.
clearer we can be with the rest of our gifts and our talents. And as they are activated in us, we utilize them. And it was actually Stephanie Renee who said to me when I was first writing this book, she said, actually, your talents are gifts that you give to other people.
One of our own beloveds, as you know,
Hmm.
family, Stephanie Renee. Your talents are gifts that you give to others. I love
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, me too. I was like, yes,
Powerful. Yes. Yes.
yes, right. So we want to make sure. My thing is, I encourage people. I encourage people to live their greatest life because
Mm,
I think about our bodies as storehouses, right?
okay.
And so if at the end of it all, I open up a storehouse and I see that there were gifts with my name on it, I'm gonna be feeling some type of way about you, and it's not gonna be a positive way because you ain't give me my gifts.
Hmm.
So I need you to utilize your gifts. Your gifts also activate gifts in other people.
Oh,
So
wow.
we have to make sure we are doing what is been
Wow.
put inside of us. You doing this show was giving me an opportunity to share my family's legacy. If you weren't doing this show, yeah, I would tell some people, but there's several people here that probably would never hear what I was able to share tonight, all because you're using your gift. So I thank you.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
mean that with every fiber of my being, from the bottom of my heart,
Hmm.
because as I was reading today, I said, and I'm this is in all honesty, as I was preparing, because I have a few hours that I do to prep. I said,
Hmm.
I don't have it. I don't have it today. I just don't have it. And then I started reading about you, and you lifted my spirits. You
Mm-hmm.
really did. I was reading. I said, wait, what now? What now? And then, but everything just felt so good and so positive. And I was sharing with Niall, my external producer of the show. I said,
Yes.
no, I just want to be uplifting today. I really
Hmm.
want to share. And what better
Come
way than
on.
to share you and your family's legacy, and to share the gems that you are sharing with
Mm.
us. So I thank you so much for that.
You're
I truly do.
welcome.
I
You are
truly do.
welcome. Thank you. So yeah,
Mm.
so that was my first baby. Then the second one that came out of me was Live by the Spirit. And Live
Mhm.
by the Spirit are those insightful moments that you have that change the way that you see the world, that change the way that you move in the world. And so I was able to capture those stories. And in this one, this is just volume one. There's many volumes.
Oh,
This is just volume one. And again, I do the same thing. I give the story and then I create space to write. Because, so many times when we're reading books, something triggers inside of us and we try to
mhm,
squeeze it in the margin as if we're going to go back and look at it again, or if we can attempt to read what we wrote. I
mhm,
wanted to make sure there was space where we could actually stop and think. We take stuff in, it's just like food. We take stuff in and then we have to digest it. And that
mm.
becomes very important. All right, Harry, I see you say who's typing. That might be my earring banging. Is that better?
Wait. Harry, listen, Harry will let us know. Family, for
Thank you,
those of you who
Harry.
are unaware, Harry typed, who is typing? Is that better, Harry?
Harry,
Dr.
let me
Walsh,
know.
it was her earring that was
I'll
banging
take
against
it
the
off.
microphone.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, welcome. Welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Kathleen Walls in this hour, and she is sharing, oh my goodness, her incredible legacy, sharing with us about her journey as far, and we've got more to share, and sharing with us about her family. And I'm loving every minute of it. I have to be honest. I'm loving every minute. Smitty is joining us. Hi there, Smitty.
Hey
He
there.
shares, everyone have a blessed night. Oh, Harry, don't you apologize. Don't you
Mm-mm.
apologize. He shares, I'm sorry. No, 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 because you helped us.
That's
You helped
right.
us. Listen,
I
that's what we're here
appreciate it.
for.
That's
Come on
right.
now, family. We help each other. You now, Harry, it's
That's
nothing but love here on Love and Life. So we like help
Look,
here
an
on Love
earring
and
ain't
Life.
nothing
We
but a
like help.
thing. Look, an
We at
earring
those
can come
beautiful
flying off.
earrings,
They come
and they're
right
so
on
beautiful.
off.
So, and we still have one. Wait, Leslie shares. Thank you, Mr. Harry. See that? We love right here. We help one another. That's what we
That's
do
it.
here. Okay. That's what
That's
we do.
it.
And Regina, hi there, beautiful. She shares your gifts, activate gifts in others. I know I'm going to have
Mm-hmm.
to send Stephanie Renee a text of love for that, because that was just a
Mm-hmm.
little gem to put in our pockets. And we so
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that.
Yes. Yes.
William Richardson shares, she is great. Talking about
Oh,
you, Well,
Thank
I have
you.
her works also, Stephanie, too. I love
Mhm.
it. I love it. And
Mhm.
Regina said, you better sing your ministry. You better sing it. Okay. Okay. Family, listen. It's time for us to take just a short commercial break. Yes, yes, it is. But like I shared, we have so much about which to talk. And I love the comments that you all are sharing on our socials.
Mhm.
So don't think that we do not see them because we will acknowledge them. We definitely will. We're going to do our best to do so. Let me say that because I don't want you mad at me if we don't get the chance to do so. But we're also going to go to our phone lines. So if you would like to join the conversation, feel free. Give us a
Mhm.
call. You can do so by dialing 215-634. 8065. You can even call us toll free at 1-866 361 0900 as we continue our celebration of the late, great, extraordinary Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Ooh, family, stay with us because we'll be right back.
Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a 4Word member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a 4Word member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your 4Word membership today. Visit wordradio.com/4word or wordradio.com/membership.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Long nose, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Kathleen Walls in this hour. And as I did, I invited you to join the conversation. I sure did. And as a result of that, one of our family members is waiting on the phone lines to join us. I believe it's Ron. Hi there, Ron. Thank you for calling.
Hello,
Happy
Cal.
MLK Day.
Yes, Doctor, I want to welcome you to Love and Life. And after this, I certainly hope you will encourage people to listen at this and be a part of our family. We welcome you. Not only what you have offered, we appreciate that, but we want to appreciate Cal, the visionary, that had this vision to bring into existence about love and life, because that's what life is about, love and life. And at the same time, not taking away the seriousness of the things that we have. But on this program here, with our producer, Nicholas, and Cal, we have a lead caller. We call him Mr. Malcolm White. And he has something that he sings. I heard you sing. His song goes like this. It is better to light one little candle than to curse the dark. And let's think of everyone lit one little candle. What a brighter world it would be. And this is what love and life brings us. And we certainly hope on WRD, we cannot forget it. WRD is the central headquarters where I can call in and other people can call in. And it's such a wonderful program. It is so wonderful. I was out the other day, and I was in a business speaking with some business people where people were there buying different things. And because people listen at this station, ma'am, I'm 80 years of age. I always like to remember that as appreciation to God for letting me be 80. And my legs were very bad. What I mean is I have problems with them. I have arthritis and stuff like that. And I received something that would help me with my legs. And since I received that, my legs are feeling way much better before I go see my primary doctor. Here's my point. My point is I was talking with the business people up there the other day, talking about how important that it is that we communicate. We have had many books that have been written, and certainly that's a beautiful thing. But any time that you this program here, where they open it up with people like Cal brings people in with the services that they have to offer to help us in this world. And in this life, what people are going through in the mental. And this is why this Love and Life is going to do very good. She don't compete against anybody other program here. She just has something to offer. And I want to thank the station last night for allowing me to speak on the program with the youth, the real young youth. And I talked about, they didn't know Dr. King, but they probably heard his name. And I said to them, you want to get a copy of the Constitution. You want to get a copy of the Bill of Rights. As you get older, you want to read that, because that's what I had a dream talked about. It talked about the Constitution. Hold true what you written on that paper. And this is where we have to be with our next generation, and to teach them to speak and be able to put proper sentences together. The education system indoctrination is not going to do that. You have to get that out of your home. A lot of us elder people, we learn a lot of things out of our home, I must say myself. And this is what it has to be. To be able to function in this complex society, we have to speak to our children like this, ma'am. They're listening at you. They're listening. We got plenty of music. The music makes you feel good. But knowledge takes you to a different dimension. If our people is going to survive on this earth, in this world, they're going to have knowledge to do that. So I certainly hope that you, ma'am, will get somebody in your family to listen to Love and Life and be a participator on our wonderful program we have. It is so inspirational. And I'll close with this. Do you know a family live in Germantown called the Sojourners?
I do not.
Oh, well, they're a big family. Willie Sojourner and all those family up in Germantown. And their family played a big part in some growth and development up in Germantown. Okay. I know I'm running like a zeal man, but let me tell you one thing. It's a wonderful thing when someone can reach out and help you and help somebody else. How can you ever repay that back? Let's look at your mom and your dad and your family, which you mentioned. These are the people that made it so that you can do what you do. Yes. And I say to our Love and Life family, it's going to get bigger. Yes. It's going to get bigger. And we don't compete against anyone else, because that's what it's about. What have we done what have we done to encourage one another?
Yes.
The old people must be taught. The young can teach the old can teach the young. But we must establish communication. Dr. King is not with us no more. We must teach her, because the schools are not going to do these things, ma'am. And that's why it's elder people. And I say to the station, I know you have professional people in this world. Maybe you need to get some elders on there, have life journeys like Auntie and people that there to come in and speak to the students. When I was living in the York house, they allowed me, the students used to come out of the charter school, and they would sit around with us for hours and we was talking. They may not have understood everything that we were saying, but here you had elders, because nothing goes in one ear and out the other. The meditation be blessed, and the cow and them show continue to be blessed. Come on and be another member of this Love and Life. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ron. Thank you so much, so much, so much. Ron always calls and pours into us positively. And I appreciate you, Ron, more than I can even express. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dr. Walls, I interrupted you, and family, please excuse. Well, you know I'm all over the place. Those of you who are familiar, but for those of you who don't, I am all over the place. But Dr. Walls, I want our family members to know of
Yes.
your books. I want to
Oh,
continue
yes.
that
Oh,
conversation.
yes. Okay. So my other books are The Adventures of Froggy T and Bunny, a hip hop tale. Now, this one is the first one, the reunion. It actually started out as a poem to a friend. I didn't want to give them a birthday card. I wanted to give them something more creative, so I created this poem. And he calls me Bunny. And he says that I have more energy than the Energizer Bunny, and I'm the bunny that bunny comes to. And his first name is Thomas. And in the poem I say, well, you're always hopping along with me, so now I W Froggy T.
Oh, I love that.
And so that's where this came from. And as I was reading the poem over and over again, it was like, if you flesh this out, this will be a really great children's story. And so that's what I did. It took me 12 years from the time that I wrote that poem to finding an illustrator to create the book. So I gave him the birthday poem in 2008, but it was not until 2020 that I found the illustrator.
12 years. What? No, why was the journey so long? What?
I would ask every artist I knew. I would ask anytime I met someone, do you do illustrations? Do you do this? Do you do that? And it just wasn't happening. And then finally, I found one person to do illustrations in 2018 and 2019. They were fantastic. But when I went to upload them on KDP, they wouldn't go. So just like you were saying with the screen, it wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
pop up. And I've learned for myself that there are divine blocks. And that
There
was a
are.
divine block,
There sure are. There
right?
sure are. Yeah, I
So,
accept. Oh, I received that. I say that myself. I
mhm.
accept that.
So there's times where we do have to demonstrate persistence and determination and so forth. But then there's times where it seems like no matter which way you go, it is a stop and a block. And right, and
Mm,
this is where discernment becomes so important. And so
mm,
I recognized it as a divine stop, right? It was a pause. I wasn't supposed to go that way. And then life did what life does. It went on about its way. I actually ended up going to teach in Ghana for 2 months in 2019. And then when I came back in 2020, I was still trying to get this book published or get this book completed, illustrated.
mm,
And then one night when I was at a publishing event, the person who was with me said, well, what are your plans for the book? I said, well, I want to get it illustrated. I said, eventually I want to have it animated. I want to make products. I want all types of things. And so she said to me, well, why does the illustration have to come first? I said, well, technically it doesn't. And at that moment, I called my husband because we knew a person that did animation in St. Lucia. So I said, make a meeting. He hits me right back. He says he can meet with you in 2 hours. It was 7:45 at night. I got in my car, drove home, had the conversation at 9:45 p.m., and then the animation process started. When we were doing the animation, they started sending me samples, and I said, they don't match the illustrations that I have. Can your team redo my illustrations? Which, of course, they said yes. And so that's what they did. And as they sent me the illustrations, and it was this picture in particular, let me show it to you. When they sent me this one, it opened up my mind. And I was like, what's going on inside this pond? What's going on behind these trees? And then next thing I know, I was writing 6 more stories.
wow. See, I call that divine orchestration.
Yeah.
That's what I call that. So
Yeah.
this particular series, is it
Hmm.
for children, for adults? Is it for both, or?
You just want to hear me say it.
I sure do.
Here we go. I say that I am the self-proclaimed #1 adult children's book author throughout the multiverse. I am claiming all spaces and places. Okay, there we go.
That's right. That's right. That's yes. And we receive that.
Thank
We
you.
receive that.
And the reason why I say that is because, and it was actually this book that did it. Well, actually, it's all of them. So right now, there's 4 in this series: The Reunion, there's Feeling Feelings, Bunny Gets Bullied, and the one that just came out in October is Mungu and Froggy Foo. Froggy Foo and Mungu. Whenever adults read my books, they say, "Did you write this for me, or did you write this for my children?"
Wow. Well, see, I'm a big kid, so
Okay.
I'm
So there you go.
I am the biggest kid. So
Yes.
yes, I am. I am. What the family, you all know.
The-
I share with you all the time. But so that would the entire series would be for
There
me.
are, because they're life lessons, right? They all the books consist of life lessons, coping skills, social skills. All the books have a glossary at the end, and I also put workbook like questions and self reflection, and so all of them have the glossary. Because how many times did we learn words when we were reading growing up, and back when we used to have to get a dictionary? Let me just put it in the back. There's activity questions at the end of every book. So these are conversation starters. This is self reflection. All of that is in there. So I'm a former early childhood, elementary, and middle school teacher.
I was. No, you know what? No, this is speaking so loudly to me because
Go ahead.
I work with our babies, and I'm looking at this saying, I do that. I do that.
That's
I
right.
love it. I love it. But it helps even as an adult.
Yes.
As an adult, I love that practice. I so
Yes.
love it. You saw me. You saw every
I
tooth in
saw,
my
I
mouth.
saw, I saw you smiling. I'm a former adult literacy teacher. And so many times adults wanted books that they could read with their children. Sometimes their children didn't know that they couldn't read past a certain level. So even when I wrote these books, they're called hip hop tales because they're lyrical in nature. So you have to find the rhyming pattern within the book. So
OMG. Okay.
you
So
want
I
a little
need to,
sample?
yes, please, yes.
All right. So this one is fun. And let me say this, right? People often like inner child, inner child. We are the culmination of every age that we've ever been.
And there you have it.
Right. So that inner child is very much inside of us. And at some point, an adult either didn't listen to us, or we didn't have an opportunity to speak up, or we didn't have the words or the understanding to say what it is that we were experiencing. So now, as an older person, that younger part of us that remained unexpressed now can be expressed by the older version of us. So that,
love it.
yeah,
I'm
so
so
that
ready.
inner child is very much inside of us. So, all right, I'll do the reunion because it came first. Although I have to say, I think Froggy Full was my favorite. All right. There was a frog who hopped all day, looking for a bunny to laugh and play. He looked and looked, but could not find a match for both his soul and mind. This cannot be, said Froggy T. I know she's here. She's always near. She's been in my life at least 40,000 years. Why is she hiding? What must I do? I've got it. I'll play a jig or two. So Froggy T picked up his sax, and as he played, his soul relaxed. The melody, so soft and sweet, would move that bunny to her feet. So with a prayer and then a blow, the melody began to flow. As Froggy T played, Bunny swayed and moved to the beat. At first a pat and then a clap, the rhythm ran down deep. She burst in song, singing all day long, wondering from whence it came. What is this song I sing all day long? I hear the tune from sun to moon. When did this start, this tune in my heart that makes me laugh and sing? I cannot stop, for I must hop. Deep in my soul, there is a hole from where the music does seem to flow. I guess as I travel, the mystery will unravel. So Bunny just got up to go.
Family, and I'm smiling like I'm 2 years old. Y'all see? I
And
love it.
I'm gonna really make you smile. So they also come in digital audiobook.
I
And
was just about to ask.
Stephanie Renee is the voice of Bunny, and V. Shane Frederick is the voice of Froggy T.
Oh, you know what? Oh, you could. Oh, it could not. It can't get any better. It cannot get any better. Family. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. We're just getting all kinds of pleasure. You just hear me? Listen. I can't say it any other way. That's just what it is. We are talking with Dr. Kathleen Walls. And I mean, listen, family, I see you. I see you. The family is loving it. It's time for us to take just a short commercial break.
Okay.
But know that the phone lines are open and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. When we come back, Don, I see you. Don is waiting to talk with us. And I see you, family, commenting. So we're going to share all of that when we get back. So stay with us because we're coming right back.
WURD is happy to provide our listeners with the opportunity to participate in contests and win prizes. This is a reminder of our contest rules. All participants must be 18 years of age or older, depending on the contest. Persons may win only one prize from the radio station per contest for every 30-day period. Some contests might also specify one winner per household or company. Prizes must be claimed within 14 days or by 12 noon the day before the event, whichever is sooner, and must be accepted as is or forfeited. The radio station employees and their immediate relatives, sponsor employees and their immediate relatives, live remote sponsor employees and their immediate relatives, and any other media employees are ineligible to win the prize. Thank you for participating and for listening to WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
WURD is celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in his own words.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges to teach them how to farm, government money. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. This is what we are faced with, and this is a reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
This Martin Luther King Jr. vignette was brought to you by Temple University, Independence Blue Cross, DDAP Get Help Now, Philadelphia Gasworks, and PHMC. Don't forget to join Word Radio this Monday, January 15th, as we continue to celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
No, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. That success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. Happy MLK Day. Yes. We are joined in this hour with Dr. Kathleen Walls. And as I shared just before the commercial break, one of our family members is waiting to talk with us on the phone line. Don, I knew you were there and we were coming back to you. So thank you so much for calling and thank you for your patience.
Thank you. I feel your sweetness. I feel your pleasure. I feel the middle class, upper class values that you have. I know a third of us in the Black community can't relate to nothing that you're saying. And I'm sitting there listening to you, and I'm joyful to turn on the radio station and to hear somebody talking something positive, and the pleasure of being a female, the smile and the joy that you put across this airway. And the sad part is, like I said, 1/3 of us in this population, the Black community, they probably frowning as you talk. They don't know what you talk about. Smiling and saying hello and feeling the joy that you feel you put across this airways. And the sad part about it, everybody ain't gonna get it. If the Bible ain't real, if the philosopher saying, everybody's not gonna get it. If everybody gonna hear it, some people are gonna grab it, some people are gonna reject it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at our community, I'm like, we got 1/3 of our community at war with the rest of us. 1/3 of the community listening to you right now in this airways, they rejecting you. All this pleasure and joy, you and everybody putting across the air, they rejecting that because they ain't about that. You can talk all you want,
mm-hmm.
and they ain't about that. But they can't say that God or life can give them an opportunity to hear that you can change. They talk about poverty. I'm listening to an early version in the morning. Black folks in America, you don't know what poverty is. Somebody needs to tell you what's going on in Jamaica, going on in Africa, what's going on in South America. Y'all comparing yourself to somebody here in America, y'all don't know what poverty is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the sad part about it. I wait for Jay-Z and all of them to tell, if God allows them to go on the other side and come back and tell African Americans, you got it good. All you got to do is change your mindset.
Mm-hmm. Open your eyes.
You got people going to feed you. You got the government. You got private people going to feed you. And all you got to do is change your mindset. And the Jamaicans, the Haitians, everybody know that, and they looking at African Americans. Y'all, to the millions of people that listen to the radio station, hey, look, African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of people pulling for y'all, but you comparing yourself to another Black person, and you're constantly pulling down another Black African American, and take a look at yourself, man. Everything ain't the white man. It's you making bad decisions.
Can I address something that you did share? No, thank you for that. Thank you so much for everything that you are sharing. And you're absolutely right. It could be an even greater number of people who will not agree, who will not feel me, who will not accept me, receive me. But that's all right. That's all right with me.
Thank you.
No, it's all right. It is so all right. No, it is all right. Let me tell you something.
We're on the same page.
Yes, yeah, no, but not for. I don't know if we have the same reason. It's okay because, so when I was very young, my mother would say, "You smile, and you speak to everybody.
Thank you.
Speak to everybody that you see." And I did, every single body. It didn't matter who you were, and I still do. I still do because my mother taught me that. And my mother said, because that's love, that's the God in you, and you should always demonstrate the God in you. So when someone dislikes me, and I've had people dislike me because they say, I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way, and that's all right, because that's not my fight. It's not my fight. That's not my fight. And it's okay, because if I'm leading with love, it's my hope and my prayer That love, it'll do what it does. I can't be concerned. I cannot be concerned with what someone else dislikes about me. I can't. Listen, there's too much going on. Like you said, there's too much going on. But I appreciate you so much for sharing that, because you're right. There are people that don't like everybody. People that don't like somebody else. But that's okay. That's their own demon to fight. I am not in the habit of even trying to
I
fight
want to encourage
person's demon.
Keep your light on. Keep your light on.
I'm doing my best.
You get me. All the people listening right now, you don't get us. That's on you. You can't say God just give you a chance to give you a light, and because you're throwing to God and say, no, you ain't say nothing. No, he gonna tell you, WURD, on a certain day, I put my disciples on the phone, you heard it, then you rejected it.
But that's all right, as long as we carry our light, as long as we lead with love, as long as we lead with the God in us, as long as we demonstrate that God is real, God is here, and God is, okay, then that's all there is. That's all there is. Nothing else.
I just want to encourage you, because I tuned out for a while on the WRD, because I'm going to hear all these guys with the hip hop telling me everything's a white man. No, some things a white man, some things it's you, man.
Yes,
and Nation
that's
Islam
so
can turn this around. Nation Islam can turn this around and say, like, hey, look, some things the white man, but some things it's you. It's you.
And that's all right. Because guess what? That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Like I said, I can't fight everybody's demon. All I can do is spread my light and tell you that God is real and he does exist. And all I can do is show you, because I can show you better than I can tell you. That's what I can do.
I love you. And
I love you more. You too.
Right.
Thank you, Don. Family, hey there. I'm talking to each and every one of you. If you are joining us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Kathleen Walls. And in the remaining time that we have, Dr. Walls, would you please quickly share with us about the program that you launched in 2022, I Am a Leader, and also would you also share with us about the greatest blueprint?
Of course, all of that. And can I also just show you one thing, because I know you'll get a giggle out of it. All right, this is from Bunny Gets Bullied by the Bully Brothers. Get it? They're bulls.
Yes, that's so cute.
And there's baby.
The illustrations are so. Look at the baby. Look at the baby pointing, y'all. Do you see the baby?
Yes, that is baby bully Jerome, who actually told Bunny she better run on home. And yes, he. So there you go. I thought you would appreciate that.
And I so do. I like the little baby. You don't sit down. What you doing?
Exactly. You should hear Shane Emmett do his voice. Very entertaining.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So the I Am a Leader program, years ago, Dr. Tom Gordon and he's a developmental and clinical psychologist here in the Philadelphia area as well. He and I did a program called Lead Your Life for a Change. And he was the one that got me into leadership coaching back in 2006. And so I've been doing leadership coaching ever since. And I work with people of all levels. And I also worked in a leadership school for a while, K-8 school. So leadership development has been something that has been a part of my professional life and personal life. In that, I said, what are the qualities of a leader that I'm constantly seeing? And so, as you already know from the greatest, I love acronyms. And so with the word leadership, I said, what are those qualities that I see that act out leadership? So the first one, L, stands for listen. We have to listen actively, empathically to ourselves as well as to others. As a leader, I envision the mission, the vision, the purpose. I assess situations, relationships. I develop teams, strategies, relationships, solutions. I have emotional intelligence. I understand the way that my feelings are activated and how they impact my thoughts and behaviors as well as those of others. I respond to situations, events, people. I am self-aware. I'm reflective and insightful. I hope. I see potential, possibilities, encourage, I motivate. Integrity, right? I have high ethics and values. And then power. I recognize the way in which I influence and empower. So leadership is listen, LEADERSHIP. Listen, envision, assess, develop, emotional intelligence, respond, self-awareness, hope, integrity, and power.
I just love you to pieces. I just had to say that. I do. Oh my goodness. Dr. Walls, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
welcome.
so much for coming to share your time, your energy, your spirit, your attention, your talent. You better sing. I'm just sharing all of you and for uplifting my spirits. Number one, just I pray that you will come back. I truly do.
Yes, I would
Because I
love
feel like we
to.
have so much more to talk about.
So much. Yes.
Family.
Yes.
I did share Dr. Walls's
Perfect.
website in the chat. It is www.askdrwalls.com. Everything you need to know about Dr.
Everything.
Kathleen Walls is on
Yes.
that website. That's www.askdrwalls.com. Family. Oh, it's time for us to take a commercial break and to let Dr. Walls go. But family, stay with us because we are coming right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on Reality Check.
There are people like Dr. Gay who are caught up in this conflict in ways that seem unprecedented. Again, we're looking at, as the professor of history at University of Penn said in addressing Elizabeth McGill's resignation from UPenn, that this is about the future of universities and who has the right to freedom of speech and what kind of freedom of speech. And that should be something that we all look at and say, what does this mean for the future? What does this mean? Basically, I feel as though Dr. Gay has been targeted at this point, and maybe she did not address things in the way that she should have as a new president of a university. Elizabeth McGill was in her role much longer. However, if you were saying that these are university presidents who are upholding the policy as stated for their university, then that is how they're going to answer these questions. But more than that, they have been reduced down in hours of testimony to a soundbite.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds this week from Reality Check on WURD Progressive. Black Talk Media.
April 5th was a breakthrough day.
Once, there was a very silly bear.
During a well visit at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia Primary Care, Zach got his very first book.
Let's point to the bear.
And his mom got advice and support about the importance of reading to her 9-month-old.
Very good.
The Reach Out and Read program at CHOP has helped thousands of families open a whole new world for their children through early reading.
Right, he's right there.
Every day, Children's Hospital is making breakthroughs for kids. Some big, some small, all wondrous.
And they had a very good day.
Zach's breakthrough? Lots of happy endings that add up to a great beginning. What can we do for your child today? Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Breakthroughs every day. Yours begins at chop.edu.
Tune in to EcoWord Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 11 a.m. for the PA Lottery EcoWord Tip of the Day. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
Family Therapy Vignette Moments with Dr. Lucille Ijoy. Voting time in 2024. Yes, voting time in 2024. I hope you did your best and took a little rest. But now it's time to soar for us 2024. Yes, it's voting time. I said it's voting time. Gather women and men on whom you can depend. Take your friends who won't ignore. Cause it's voting time in 2024. Say it with pride. I register, I vote, I must. You may have buttons that say, I register, I vote, I must. Say it on the radio, the TV, the cell phone, or the landline. I register, I vote, I must. This is Dr. Lucille Ijoy. I register, I vote, I must.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are. And when you do this, you've mastered the length of life.
Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. I do have a reminder. You know I do. Yes, I do. It's about Cafe Mocha. Tune in to Cafe Mocha every Sunday from 8 until 10 p.m. Cafe Mocha is radio from a woman's perspective. Family, check out the flavor from the hosts, comedian and actress Lonnie Love, hip-hop legend Yo-Yo, and broadcast veteran Angelique Perrin, as they all bring their own point of view to today's issues, social commentary, celebrity interviews, and self-help advice. All of this wrapped in soundtracks of urban contemporary music. Family, that's Cafe Mocha. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on Word, Progressive Black Talk Media. So here we are, celebrating the life, the legacy of the one and only Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So, family, I was asking earlier, I was curious, I am still curious to know, what did you do today? Or what did you do over the weekend? Did you do anything to celebrate Dr. King's legacy? I'm always interested in a tradition or traditions that new traditions that we start or what have you, or even longstanding traditions that you might have. But I'm always curious to know. Always curious. So share with me. Tell me what's going on. I do want to go to our socials for a moment because our family members are checking in. Victoria, hi there, beautiful. Victoria Purcell Cohen. She says, good evening and happy MLK Day. Yes, the same to you. Cheryl, hi there, boo. Cheryl Mobley Stimson shares, listening from the car, represent. Okay, and that was for our guest in the last hour. Represent amazing legacy. Can she put that acronym in the chat? Oh, you know what? I'll share that with you. I sure will. Suzanne, hi, beloved. She shares, I just pray and hope that the power of this day becomes valuable and injected into each day. When we stop waiting until January 15th to be reflective and appreciative, we got to make it last for each day all year. How about that? I'm in agreement with that. I am so in agreement with that. Regina Goodrich shares, powerful indeed. I'm so sorry that Dr. Walls is not here to receive this love, but I'm going to share it with her. You know I am. And Sandra Streeter shares that Dr. Kathleen Walls was just as sweet as her dad. Just as sweet. Harold, hey there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. And is it Jerisha Alma Hannah? Hi there, beautiful. She shares, regardless of race, everybody isn't always going to get or agree with everything. I know. But I so appreciate Dawn sharing. We all have an opinion, and I'm open to it. It's all right. First of all, that's what I encourage in this space. We might not all agree And we won't always agree on everything, but as long as we are all open to talking about it, I always say as adults we don't communicate effectively. So I'm so hopeful that we can at least begin to do so. We got to get somewhere. We have to do better, right? So it's okay if you don't like me, or you don't like how I talk, you don't like how I pronounce my words, or you don't like my personality. That's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It is all right. It's all right. So Harry was asking about Dr. Walls' books, asking if the books are in Audible. She did share that yes, there are audio books. I couldn't get that out. Couldn't get it out. But she did share yes. And all of the information can be obtained from her website, askdrwalls.com. Yes, yes, yes. Cheryl Hicks Lucas. Hi there, beautiful. She's joining us. And she shares, good evening, family. Congratulations. Name it and claim it. I'm going to give this love. I'm going to share this love with Dr. Walls, but she shares, thank you for inspiring us and helping our community to grow. She truly is amazing. Her family, I mean, just amazing, amazing, amazing. And I think it's so awesome. I do think it's so awesome. So I just love it. And I love that we're here sharing this space together. I'm going to continue because I love the love that you all are sharing. So Derek Mathuich shares, you want it real. Absolutely. I don't want it any other way. Okay. That's the only way because listen, we don't like fluff, right? None of us, we don't like fluff. We want it exactly. We want it authentic, unapologetic, even. That's how I want it. That's what it is. And that's what you get with me. That's what you get with me. Malcolm shares, it is game time. It is game time. Now, y'all know I want to be kept abreast of the score in this last hour. You know I do. You know I do. You know I do. Rosalind, I see you, beautiful. Rosalind is joining us as well. And I couldn't see all of what you shared, but I'm so appreciative. I'm going to go to the phone lines right now. Friendly Fred is joining us. Hi there. Thank you for joining us. And
Thank you, Carl, and word payment. How you doing, honey?
I will not complain. How about you?
I'm doing great. This came from a child of love, and I'm a child of love too. But it just says, gracious God, from love we were made, and to love we shall return. May our love for one another kindle flames of joy and hope. May the light of your warmth, the warmth of love, grace inspire us to follow the way of Jesus Christ and serve in his kingdom. But God made a promise to us that will never be broken because of his mercy and his grace and his unconditional love. And bring the hope.
Friendly Fred.
Yes.
Can I just tell you that I so appreciate you? I
thank
truly
you.
do. I don't know that I've said it to you in the past, so I'm saying it to you tonight, and I want you to know that I appreciate how you always share with us positivity.
Thank you.
I just love that you do so. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh my goodness. So family, here we are celebrating the one, the only, the life, the legacy of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We were having some difficulty with our guest in this hour, so I want to share with you some things that I did see that were taking place today. Now, listen, I already told y'all I want you to keep me posted on what's going on with the score, okay? So you know, I want to know what's going on with our birds, but but I do want to share. I read something today that I found of interest. United States bishops reiterate a call for action against racism. I thought this was wonderful. As the United States celebrates Reverend Martin Luther King, Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Day on today, United States bishops have called on everybody to uphold the slain civil rights leaders' indelible legacy of human fraternity and love. In a statement released for the holiday, the president of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, Archbishop Timothy Broglio of the Archdiocese of the Military Services, urged people to heed the Reverend Dr. King's call to action against all forms of discrimination based on racial, ethnic, or religious grounds. I thought that was so on point what you shared, Suzanne Burgess. I'm going to go back to your comment. She shared, I just pray and hope that the power of this day becomes valuable and injected into each day. When we stop waiting until January 15th to be reflective and appreciative, we've got to make it last for each day all year. I'm in agreement with that. I am so in agreement with that. Yes, family, I do like to share positive energy. I like to look at the light. I don't you all hear me say all the time how heavy I get when I share something with you that is, dark. So I cater to the light. I sure do. And I'm grateful to the United States bishops for this call to action. Again, I'm in agreement with Suzanne that here we are. We're doing this on Dr. King Day, especially with everything going on in the world. Listen, this call to action. Well, it does read that it's reiterated. I don't know when the initial call was made, but I'm hoping and praying harder than ever before that we are coming together, that we are becoming like-minded, that more of us, I should say, are becoming like-minded. I really, really, really am. Harry, what are you telling us? What is happening? Harry is sharing that he couldn't find his remote. What is happening? What's happening over there, Harry? What are you doing? What are you doing? Leslie is sharing. Thank you, Fred, for that positive energy. I love that. I love that. And Derek says that was really sweet. That was really sweet. So I thank you for that as well. Did you all know that President Biden was in Pennsylvania? That he was volunteering with Phil Abundance? Did you all know that? I did not know that. But this article reads that in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President Biden's MLK visit marks the third time in 4 years that he spent the day giving back with Phil Abundance. I thought that was admirable of him. I think that's admirable. So, family, I'm still curious to know, what did you do? Did you do anything of service today? I'm not listen. I'm just asking because I'm curious to know. I just want to know what you did. Listen, if you relaxed, that's service as well because you were serving a need in you. So, I'm curious to know, what did you do today? Call me, share it in our comment section. I want to know. If you care to call, you can call me to say hello, even if you want to do that. You can dial 215-634-8065, or you can even call toll free 1-866-361-0900. I'm encouraging you to join the conversation, to talk with me about what you did today or this weekend or what's going on. What's going on? Oh, I want to mix apples with oranges for just a moment. I was talking with you all about being careful, and I keep seeing these articles, or these alerts rather, about measles spreading. Okay. Please, family, please, please, please be careful. Be careful. There's so much going on. There's so much in the air right now. We've got a lot of strands of COVID that are still out here. We've got measles running around out here. We've got so much, so much. Like I said, I realize I'm mixing apples with oranges, but I'm talking about celebrations. I'm talking about getting out and asking you what you've been doing and what you're doing. And it brought to mind that I was just sharing with you last week to be careful because there's so much going on. So please, please be careful as you're going to and fro out here. Please, please, please. Okay. Family, hey there. I'm talking with you. If you've just joined us, you're tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are just talking in this hour. We're having some difficulty with our guest that was supposed to join us in this hour. Um, so, in the meantime, I'm talking with you about what is taking place. I did see, thank you, Harry, for sharing that. Harry is sharing that the Emmys are on Fox. There was a conversation that had taken place about the Emmys being aired and about the caucuses, the Iowa caucus taking place today. Some people were not happy about that. Some people were not happy. Does it bother you one way or the other? I'm curious to know. I am curious to know. Eric is joining us. Hi there, Eric. He shares good evening. Good evening. Good evening. The WURD family is sending his love and he's sharing live the dream every day. Follow Dr. King's words 365 days a week. One day is never enough. I'm in agreement with that. Harry shared that Quinta won an Emmy. Yes. All right, hometown. Hometown love right there. We love Quinta Brunson. If you all are familiar with Abbott Elementary, I love that show. I love that show. So I want to share with you some other things that took place too. I'm going back to the celebration for Dr. King. Girard College hosted an annual day of service in honor of Dr. King. Solutions to the scourge of gun violence will headline the efforts at the Greater Philadelphia Martin Luther King Day of Service. It is the oldest and largest event of its kind in the nation. I was talking with you about this, remember? Now, in its 29th year, the focus of today's signature project is helping victims of gun violence. The annual Day of Service event at Girard College honored Dr. King's legacy in social justice through action. Did anyone attend? I want to know. Family, I see what you all are doing. I see the game is on. Okay. I see the Emmys are on. Derek is sharing what he wants to eat. I see where you all are tonight. I see what's happening right now. And I overstand. I must say that I accept it and I receive it. We're celebrating Dr. King. We're continuing the celebration. Right now, I'm sharing with you some things that I read that I thought were interesting as we try to work out this issue that we have with our guest in this hour. So, there was also an event that took place in Conshohocken. I want to know what you did, family. Tell me. Take a moment and tell me what you did. What did you do of service today? This article reads Philadelphia MLK Junior Day nonprofit hosts a weekend of service, providing for children in need. Were you aware? Did you know? Did you know of all of the events taking place? In honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Cradles to Crayons held a weekend of service. The nonprofit's mission supports children living in poverty to help them look and feel their best by providing them with quality clothing and essential items. I think that is awesome. So we're talking about what we're going to do going forward, or how we feel like, this recognition of service in honor of Dr. King should last beyond a day. What do you think, family? Do you think we can do this? Do you think we can do this? I want to know. It seems like some people get excited about the day, and then it doesn't last beyond the day. And why do you think that is? I want to know that too. I definitely.
Hey, Carol, can I jump in and say something about that?
Please do.
Yeah, I heard another caller on the show before this one. They were discussing, of course, Martin Luther King Day,
Mhm.
and they were saying that it needs to go farther than just doing it on a day. But I think doing it on a day is important. One, because there's people who they don't have a whole lot of extra time to go out there and do this and that for people. So setting it on a day where they can all plan to do it is good, but it does need to go past that. And for those people who can and are willing, I do think that they should step up. And when I talk about them, I'm talking about myself too, of course, because I don't mind going out there and helping people and being a service for younger people or people who just need the help.
Mhm.
But I do that on my own small level, and I'm sure a lot of people do. Just day to day, they'll just help maybe one person a day, and that willingness to help. If you bring that together with a bunch of other people who are willing to help, just do a bunch of just do something small, even if it's just one thing a day to help somebody. If you bring all those people together, then they can do something that's a real good for the city. And so I agree, it should definitely be more than just once. Yeah, well, it should definitely be more than once a year. But people, you have to kind of work in. You have to get in where you fit in, if that makes sense.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Well, now I do agree that it should. It definitely a day service should extend beyond one day. But I'm hoping that more of us lead with that mindset and the attitude, not just making that like a bigger effort. And I say this, I mean, with leading with love, because service, I believe, comes from it just stems from love. It comes from love. This is my now family, this is my own personal opinion, but I'm sharing this to say that, and I'll say this, like today, I was in the store today and I saw this young woman, and she was so upset because the woman that rang her order up didn't offer her a bag or didn't suggest that she buy a bag. And I mean, this train derailed. It really, really did. But I was standing there in awe because I feel like, okay, so if we lead with love, because like I said, service is love, but just leading with love, then we might not have as much of this. And I mean across, listen, I mean as it pertains to everything. I mean racism, I mean with our own, I mean everything. If we lead with love, then I feel like it just be a step in a better direction, at least. I know we're saying like today doing service to others, but how about lead with the positivity, lead with the attitude that, you know what, it's listen, it's all right, it's okay, everything is not as deep as we tend to make it, if that means, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do, and I think that you're right. The attitude, the attitude is kind of a big one, and that's a hard thing. You can probably be helped by somebody who's not interested in really helping you, but they'll help you anyway, and they'll probably just wave you off like, oh, whatever, okay, I help that person out. But if you continue with the love and go, hey, look, I really appreciate you helping me with this and this and that, you might be able to change how they feel about it, because to them, maybe you're taking time out of their day to do something. But if you show that you're really appreciative to them, then as long as everything is working right, they really shouldn't still be upset or aggressive about it. It's that love it's hard to deny, especially when it's genuine.
Exactly. But I feel that we all carry so much anger nowadays. We're just angry. I don't know at what. I don't know why we're all so angry and we're so bitter, and we want to blame somebody for everything. So I'm hopeful and prayerful that, just that even though there's a spotlight today on loving one another and on being of service, that it carries beyond today, that people say, you know what, I really like the way this feels. Family, listen, it's time for us to take just a short commercial break. Stay with us because we're coming right back.
Hey girl, what are you doing here? Aren't you going to be late for work?
Yeah, girl, I had to get my coffee and my lottery tickets.
You still play the lottery? You think you're going to win?
Says who? There's always a chance. Besides, even if I don't win, I'm helping out older Pennsylvanians in my community with each lottery ticket I buy.
How so?
Well, the PA lottery was started as a way to fund programs for seniors in our state. They've contributed over $30 billion to many programs.
30 billion with a B?
Yes, billion. The money goes to programs for property tax and rent rebates, free or reduced rides, low-cost prescriptions, home care services, and more.
I had no idea.
Yep, the PA lottery is the only state lottery whose proceeds benefit older citizens.
You know what? I think I'll get a few lottery tickets too.
There you go. Could you get me a coffee while you're at it?
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Problem gambling, helpline 1-800-GAMBLER.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous, because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
WURD is celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in his own words.
Something is happening in our world. The masses of people are rising up, and wherever they are assembled today, whether they are in Johannesburg, South Africa, Nairobi, Kenya, Accra, Ghana, New York City, Atlanta, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, or Memphis, Tennessee, the cry is always the same: we want to be free.
This Martin Luther King vignette was brought to you by Comcast, the Pennsylvania Lottery, PICO, Keystone First, and the Philadelphia Water Department. Don't forget to join Word Radio this Monday, January 15th, as we continue to celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black talk media, WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, progressive Black talk media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are in the midst of the celebration, the continued celebration that is, of the one and only Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I see these comments coming in. I'm going to take them and I'm going to share them rather in just a moment, but I'm going to go to our phone lines right now. Hi there. Rosalind is joining us. Thank you for calling and happy MLK Day to you.
Yes, praise the Lord, our Queen, Miss Caroline Riddick. Word family. It's a pleasure. My heart is overwhelmed. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Yeah. And I did talk to your friend, Mr. Dave, and I found out he was a friend of Dr. Sabian. He taught him for 7 years. So I'm learning, I got a lot of medical problems, rheumatism, arthritis, you name it, whatever, but I don't claim it. I give it to the Lord. Mm-hmm. What I did, what I have been doing since I can remember from the 70s, from Father Washington on Diamond Street, feeding the homeless, hundreds of people back then working in the industry with fast food, McDonald's and Kentucky Fried, 35 years. I'll be 65 in April. My pension is going to be what it is now, $946. I got a gap in between, but I plan on, God's willing, to go back to work. So what I wanted to say today, what I did, what I've been doing, I did go feed 50 people today up on the corner, 23rd and cease to be more. I just want to say this. Martin Luther King Day should be everything. When you see him standing on the grounds of Washington, D.C., we standing on the grounds of what our ancestors do. The blood is in us. We can just come together, like you say, all the preachers doing what they do. It shouldn't just be the one day. It's supposed to carry on. We already rich and famous already. Look at you, Caroline. You got me calling it.
I'm glad you did know.
I took on the Word family 2 years ago. And I can say from Solomon to Sarah to Beverly, and I just love everybody. When my family treated me bad, I made this my new family. Can't get there all the time, but I support. You understand? And that's another thing we don't do. We're afraid to love our people. Came up with the gang war, the husband, the pimps, you name it. Got a 9th grade education. Friends started flashing, wear a pen, went to temple. We always had something to fall back on. But my prayers go out to every each and Black person, especially Ena. I got to give it to Pastor Waller. I haven't been here, hadn't paid tithes because I'm all over giving it to somebody else. This is what my mother did. She took care of the village. You understand? She was another Michelle Obama, but she took to the streets. But what I'm saying to us, why we always got to wait for everything else and this with organization, why we just can't do it like Martin do it? I know we always got to have the plan, but the plan is already written. We standing on it. We on the air. We all over. When are we going to come together across this world? Because they want everything we do. Even on the dollar bill, when you look on the back of the dollar bill, a woman in a cage, and I think she breastfeeding the baby. Is that a $20 bill? We're not in the cage. We're breathing. Tiffany Baker said, you got a chance. Why we got to keep waiting and going to this meet and that meet? I walk these streets. I live this life. I've been all around the world, but let me tell you something. I say, get my butt back to Philadelphia. Everybody want me to run for this, run for that. But I had to keep a standstill. And the reason why I'm talking about it now, because I really don't care. And whatever my goal is to help my people, this is what I'm going to do. I take them to the street, give them food, clothes, shelter. Well, I don't let them come in. Food, clothes, toilet paper, all that kind of stuff, money every now and then. And I lived off a check for 23 years, and I'm still able to take care of my people. Caroline, I love you. Thank you. I miss Rita and Kata J, but love and life, the helpness that you give us about our body. I dealt with Dr. Paul too. He helped me a lot when it came to the doctors too. But when you know your body, people can't give you any kind of pill, needle, or nothing else. And for burying people for 50 years, I learned my body and I learned other people's body. Can't say medical terms, but we had people inside of those hospitals and they weren't able to do anything to my family and my ancestors because we always had an inside person to tell us what was right and what was wrong. But guess who had the upper call? God.
How about
We
always?
all born one day, but we don't know the minute, the second, or the hour. So stop being afraid of these young children out here. Stop being afraid of the system. Do what you got to do and keep it moving. And our people got to know you can't just hate each other for no reason. I don't understand it because the color, because I'm like, and you thought, I went through that with my own family and I'm still going through it. We have to stop it.
That does exist. It still
village and
exists.
love.
We do. We do. We do. We we
That's
talk
where
about
we're
it though.
lacking.
We talk about it though, but we don't do it. We
Gotta
talk
be
about it.
about
We
it,
gotta do.
Caroline. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid to die, and neither was my ancestors. And I believe that's why I'm still standing here today and starting back right here where I started Ride Avenue when I was a little girl, the gang war, sending a truck over the other side to get them. Corinthian Avenue, across the street from the prison, graduated from Bates School because my mom put cassage on me, roses, and in my hair, they made me take it off in 6th grade, Caroline.
What? Wait, say that
Yes.
one more time.
I graduated from Bates School on right back of the prison, Fairmount Prison over here. I graduated from 6th grade, and because I had roses on me, on my dress and in my hair, they made me take it off because none of the other children had it. Like, this is what I'm saying. History always repeats itself. But trust me, my mom went up to that school and she let them have it. One thing you don't do is set that child. Even though I say my mom used to beat me and cut me and all, that was my mother, and I loved her to death. You understand? But our people don't know. That was what? I'm 60. I'll be 65. That was almost 60 years ago, or 59 years ago, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. But that goes to show you the prejudice I'm trying to point out. But the key is, my grandma mom was white, her mom was white, and my daddy mom was white. And I was called cracker, practically all my, and that hurted me, Caroline. And it hurts me today that I look at black women don't know how to love me for me, and I pour my heart out to them. even in my own family, but I had to let them go in order for me to keep my sanity and what's going on with me. And that lady that was on there, Catherine Hall, gifted. I got 9th grade education. Grandma only had 3rd grade. Her mother didn't even read. But guess what? They was educated as hell. They knew that Bible backwards and frontwards. You couldn't put nothing in them that they couldn't read. You teach yourself. Your children not educated because you're not making them read books. My children and grandchildren and nieces and nephews are entrepreneurs because I made them read books, even though I couldn't read.
Well, they say that it starts at home.
Right. And
it's our responsibility
to go to work. I went to work too, but they still had somebody to watch over. The village is not taking care of these children no more.
We talked about that too. I'm in agreement with that. But let me ask you this: in making that statement, what do you think it's going to take for us to get back to having our village and our tribe stronger? What do you think?
They can't be. Everything can't be about money and materialistic things. This is what I see with people. I have empty houses out, furniture, clothes, you name it. Even in here, I haven't even bought a kitchen set or a living room set because I'm not. Might be my only 3rd apartment I ever had in my life. I always had houses, but couldn't buy them, IRS or plumbing or something. You understand? It was always something. And now that I'm by myself, I'm grateful to God I got a roof over my head and food and clothes on my back. But this is not me. Being in an apartment building, it reminds me of the project, even though I never lived in projects. But people don't even value nothing.
Yeah,
we all clean. We all scrub. You see something dirty, you pick it up. We wasn't raised to live in filth. And this is what's going on with our generation and our people. I don't care if you're an alcoholic, a junkie on the street. I don't care. Keep your body clean. Instead of them running from the snow, you should be out in there breathing some of that fresh air because that would purify the air. Our cities are filthy dirty.
Yeah,
People are nasty. They're not clean like they used to be.
Well.
And that's what it's going to take. You can't even say nothing to the kids on the bus. You can't even say nothing to them down the street or walking or whatever. Oh, guess what? I get a lot of respect. A lot. I don't care where I go, where I've been. I always got a lot of. And you know what they call me? Crazy cookies. Oh, we know you gangster, Miss Allen. What? I'm not
because
gangster.
You demand respect. Because you demand respect.
People don't want to do their job, Caroline. It's all about the money and what I can get from you. Whether it's in the church or on the street or City Hall or the White House. It can't be about the money and materialistic things. You have to be about the people. That's what's going to bring us back together.
What is it going to take for the majority of us to wake up and get there?
Caroline,
I mean, I know that I don't want to say this and give the impression that I don't believe that there are some of us, who are like-minded. But when is the scale going to tip? There are more of us.
I think people are afraid to die like Martin Luther King did. That's my theory. That's my analysis. They are afraid. See, my ancestors in my family, they wasn't afraid to die. Whatever they had to fight for, that's what they did. And you wasn't moving them. Now I look at these streets. I come down Ridge Avenue, Columbia Avenue, Susquehanna Avenue, Dryden Avenue. It's like they say, move over. This our land. No, it's not. We was here before you. And I don't take no stuff off them. I don't care. Cutler, we all bleed the same. But when it comes to us, and men, you need to back these women up because I'm tired of being in front of the gun. I've been doing it since I was a little girl. I am tired, Caroline.
I hear that and I feel that. I feel that from you. I hear it.
I am not a man. I am a woman. And a black woman at that. And a lot of men cannot deal with me. And a lot of women are jealous of me for whatever reason I don't know, including in my own family. And it's sad that we treat each other like this,
Mm. I
even in
am
the
so
church.
sorry that you're dealing
I've
with
been
this.
through and still going through.
I am
And I
terribly
love
sorry.
my people, Caroline. And I love
I know
you.
you do. I
And
know
thanks
you
for
do.
taking my call.
I
And y'all
love you
please
more.
keep me in prayer.
I love you more.
Word
I want
got
you
it
to know
going
that.
on.
That's right. That's right. Please know that I love you and I thank you for sharing. I thank you for your transparency. I really and truly do appreciate you for that. You know I do. Family, hi there. Oh, you are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. We're going to take just a short commercial break, but stay with us because we're coming right back.
Okay, how many people in here have ever been in love? I know none of the guys gonna raise their hand, but how many of y'all ever been in love?
Seasoned singles, listen up. Word Radio is crafting a sophisticated and fun event for singles ages 40 and up. Mark Tuesday, February 13th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on your calendar for the Love and Life Connection event and live broadcast, hosted by Carol Riddick and Dr. Marquita Williams at Bayou in West Philadelphia. This event will feature fun activities where you can meet new people and possibly make a love connection. The evening will also feature a live WURD version of the dating game. Some bachelors have already been selected, but we're looking for one special bachelorette. If you're a single woman aged 40 to 55, able to participate in person, and willing to go on a sponsored date with one of the bachelors, then complete the entry form on the Word website, WURDradio.com. Mark your calendars for the Love and Life Connection event, Tuesday, February 13th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Bayou, 5025 Baltimore Avenue. Stay tuned for more details on event registration and tune in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Happy New Year. Let's prioritize and take charge of our health this new year. We can do that by learning how to get the information we need from our healthcare providers and better navigating our healthcare systems. The Institute for Healthcare Improvement offers great tips to get the info you need. They recommend that every time you talk with a healthcare provider, you should ask 3 questions. 1, what is my main problem? 2, what do I need to do? 3, why is it important for me to do this? Everyone wants help with health information. You're not alone if you find information about your health or care confusing at times. Asking questions helps you understand how to stay well or to get better. Visit ihi.org/askme3 for more tips about how to best engage your healthcare provider. Penn Medicine's Contact Center provides health system navigation services to new and established patients who are seeking clinical care at Penn Medicine. Customer service representatives and registered nurses are available Monday through Friday. They help callers find an appropriate healthcare provider based on the caller's needs, symptoms, or diagnosis. They are familiar with the complete scope of Penn Medicine's clinical care, including physicians, departments, programs, centers, services, and locations. Call the Penn Medicine Contact Center today at 1-800-789-PENN. That's 1-800-789-PENN.
The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. Word's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. The Chambers of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia is hiring a research analyst. Penn Community Bank is hiring a customer service representative. For more information on these jobs and others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative, brought to you by Word Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Happy MLK Day to you. I hope that you are still celebrating. I'm going to take a moment to go to our phone lines. One of our family members has been waiting to join the conversation. Thank you for your patience and thank you for calling, Cliff.
Hey, Sister Carol. Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to make a brief comment. I think that sister's right, the previous caller, in terms of, and more specifically in terms of the pastors. I don't know if she mentioned the pastors. I think she did. But in terms of, you asked the question, what would it take, in order to get the community back on track? And I think as it relates to Dr. King, if he was here today, correct me if I'm wrong, I think number one, he would have the courage to speak out on the issue of Israel. And I think that he would demand a ceasefire, that the Palestinian people and the killing and the genocide would stop. I think he would have the courage to do that. I'm not too sure if any of our black pastors are doing that, today. And if they are, kudos to them. That's what's needed. We need it more. But the killing in Palestine and Israel it's wrong, and it continues. And what I've seen, even here in Connecticut, that we have black politicians along with the preachers, and they're pro-Israel, and they're doing that because even from a Democratic standpoint, they don't want to be labeled anti-Semitic. So here in Connecticut, we had a collaboration of black preachers along with Jewish rabbis, and they just barely mentioned the issue, but they didn't go into detail, which is biblical, who are the true Jewish people, who are the original true Hebrew Israelites, what they look like. Nobody went there. So, I'm kind of disappointed that the black preachers didn't have the courage to go there, and the whole thing was, they watered it down in terms of the whole theme with Dr. King was love. I got that, but, it was safe, and we need to really deal with the issue. I think the other thing that, two more issues I think that Dr. King would speak on is reparations. I think he would certainly have the courage to speak on that, even with this Democratic leadership with Biden. He would speak on that. And I think finally he would speak on the issue of, it blew my mind, but it'll come back to me. Particularly those two issues, I think are more important: the ceasefire in Israel, and then reparations. And also my third one, the ballot. You had a host, Charles Ellison, and he talked about Trump not being on the ballot. I think that he would indicate and try to persuade all the preachers to write the Secretary of State to get Trump off the ballot. What I mean? This was clearly a violation of the Constitution. So those three things, I think Dr. King would spearhead and take actions to address those issues. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing that coming from the black preachers here in this country. A few, but not the majority of them. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm sorry, I can't correct you because as you said it, I was thinking how many of them I saw come to the forefront to actually bring awareness. But I can't legitimately say because I don't know. Maybe they've done so in their own churches, but on a widespread effort, I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. So you're right about
No,
that.
and that's all I'm simply saying, Carol. So in order to better our condition as a people, we need the courage. We need our black preachers not talk about King on this one day, but be like King every day, every Sunday, and speak the same message, because our liberation, our freedom is digressing. It's going backwards. So we need our black preachers to take a stand, and to be in the forefront and to be more active in our community. And shout out to those who, I think, I would say this in closing, Pastor Warnock, at Enoch Tabernacle Church in Philly. I think he does a wonderful job, but we need more pastors like him just to be proactive in our community, if that makes any sense.
I have a question for you, Cliff.
Yeah.
In asking our pastors and bishops to be charged with this mission, do you think they're up to the task? I know this is, this is something for which they asked to,
Well,
something for which they asked.
Carol,
But
that's
do
a
you
good
think?
question. I think our black pastors are more, that they have an expression out, taking the bag. You know what I mean? I don't know if you understand what, but even more so, I think they're complacent and they don't want to offend white Democrats. I think they're playing a lot of
And
politics.
that's why I ask, because politics plays such a big part in a lot of our churches. That's exactly why.
Exactly. Exactly. That's just my observation. So maybe some of your listeners can respond to, but that's just my observation. And they need to be more involved in fighting for the community, whether it's Democrat or Republican. Keep the interests of the community in the forefront, not the political party.
This is survival at this point. We're talking about the survival of our race. We're
Exactly.
yeah, this isn't just, a local thing. This is we're talking about survival. We're talking about
Carol, and again, and I'm just giving you a good example, and I end with this. The issue of reparations. This should be addressed. We got immigrants, immigration. We're talking about the borders. We're talking about reparations, and this is coming from the Democratic leadership. You know what I mean? So these issues, the ballot, the insurrection that we've seen, you know, so we have to make Biden, to be more accountable. And I'm not saying I'm from Trump. We know what the Republican Party's going to do. This guy could very well possibly be the Republican nominee. You know what I mean? But if we're going to cast our vote and vote for Biden, he has to be more responsive to the black community. And our leadership can't be afraid and compromising just because he's a Democrat. And that's what happened with Dr. King and Lyndon Johnson. The other preachers were mad at Dr. King because he was too aggressive. He didn't care about what political party. He wanted the best interest of the people, black people. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you so much, Cliff, for your contribution to this conversation. Thank you for calling. Thank you for your time. So much, so appreciated. So appreciated. Um, I am watching and I see your comments. Family, I thank you so much for keeping me abreast of everything that is going on. I do want to share with our family members. Our beloved Rosalind, hi there, beautiful. She shares that Cliff nailed it. Cliff nailed it. He really did. Um, I'm in agreement. I am in agreement with a lot of what Cliff was saying. I truly am. She also shares the pastors remind her of people that sit on the panel in the White House. They can sit there as long as they can. That's just what they do. Yeah. Well, there's some. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that too. There are a lot of changes that need to be made. Family, I see that you are sharing that Niecy Nash won an Emmy for supporting actor for Dahmer. Congrats to her. We did share earlier that Quinta won an Emmy as well. I mean, I did see that someone else won an Emmy. I did see that. I see you, family, checking in. Thank you for the updates on all of our Emmy winners. Thank you. Malcolm, I couldn't be more disappointed in this moment because I see your updates about our beloved birds. Okay, but I'm going to remain hopeful. I'm going to remain hopeful. I really, really, really am going to remain hopeful that our birds will take flight at some point in this game. Malcolm has shared with me the score. So has Henry. You all are keeping me posted. I see 10-0 Tampa. I don't even want to say it out loud. And he also shared that Jalen's fingers are taped together so he can barely throw. That hurts my heart. Oh my goodness. Miss Joanne shares, it seems like the whole team is taped up. Heavens to Murgatroyd, y'all. What is happening? But I will not give up. I will not give up. I will not give up. I will not. Family, um, just thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for it all. Good, bad, and indifferent, all of that, because that's what makes the world go round. That's life. That's called life. Okay. Just praise God from whom all blessings flow each and every moment, each and every day, each and every second, minute, and hour. Just family, I pray that going forward, as we begin this celebration, as we end this celebration today or tonight for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In this moment, in word, we're ending it, not in spirit. I'm praying that Your spirit will carry it on from today, that you lead with love, that you lead with intention, that you lead with dedication, all of that good stuff. I do mean it when I ask you to be good to those around you. I promise you I do. I mean it. I mean it. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Just family, I love you. You hear me? But God loves you so much more. I need you to know it. I need you to put that in your pocket. Happy birthday once again to all of our love bugs that are celebrating. Thank you to our guest, Dr. Kathleen Walls. Thank you to the entire Word family, especially Niall and Nick, for all that you do. And remember, family, I'm going to say it because I say it all the time and because I mean it. We are all in this together. We really are. We truly are. But please be good to you, but be good to those around you. Family, have a great rest of your night. And be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 until 10 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Happy MLK Day. Good night, family.